yeah, man. So just understanding the message of these movies in the 2000s is very important. The mindless behavior, the automaton behavior, the zombie like monstrous, this monstrous ignorance, this monstrous ignorance where, we prey on people's dreams and we prey on the positive, because, you know, most people don't have anything going on for their own selves. So, unconsciously, they tear down others' positive energy, you know. So this is ultimately what we are getting on the metaphysical level. This is the message we're receiving on the metaphysical level, on the most important level, you know, of society. This is the message that is being transmitted, through these movies, through Hollywood, you know. And just to go back to Precious one more time, right quick, for my 11th fact is that they gave Monique an Oscar for Precious. You know what I'm saying? As a spit in the face, as a spit in the face, and rewarding the Negroes, rewarding her for, you know, um, totally setting black people back once again another 100 steps, um, in relation to our struggle in America, you know. And what's crazy is, another thing is, what's really interesting is that for the further and further along we go in society, you see that people find it so hard to, you know, draw the line between the media and themselves. You know what I'm saying? People find it hard to draw the line between the niggas be likes and, the things that they laugh at on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or the things they see in Love and Hip Hop, the things that they see on Scandal or any of these TV shows, or that they hear in the music for that matter. Black people especially, are taken to this music, the TV, American culture, basically. American culture, the American cult. Taken into it unconsciously, without even knowing. Mainly because we don't have any culture. Well, we have Africans have a culture, but we don't have any idea what our culture is, our accomplishments, and our true wealth. You know what I'm saying? This is where we are where we are. This is why gangsters are killing each other in the streets, and this is why preachers and pastors and Jehovah Witnesses are still running around like chickens with their head cut off. It's just amazing to me that like I be saying, man, church people, that's the only book in the world that is still, people are still getting money off that. Do you understand? It's amazing that you can have people that are, 60 something years old, grandparents now, and they still going to church throwing money at this man, for a book that they got at home. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows once again, as I was saying earlier, that a lot of Christians don't even read the Bible like that. A lot of them, they're there for different things. You got people there because, they don't really read the Bible like that, or they don't have time or whatever, so they let the pastor lead them. Then you have those that, are there for inspiration, just looking for those words of inspiration. Then you have those that, heard that they're going to go to hell if they don't, attend. So, you have people there for many different reasons. But to understand that you are the God, that you are God. God, the first temple is you, the first temple is the body. The body is the temple. And it has, the body is the true building. God didn't build no buildings. God built man. You know what I'm saying? And he inhabited his spirit inside of man. So, to spend the time with yourself, that's most important. Most people, you know, most people most people think that it's about facing the world, but they haven't even faced themselves. You can't face anything until you face yourself. Most gangsters in the street never face themselves. You know what I'm saying? Most church people never face themselves. You know, so these are direct correlation that we see between each other because you know the kids in the streets are our children. You know, the brothers in the streets are the children of the church. Whether we don't want to take responsibility for the activity or not. You know, we are totally responsible for all the activity in the street. From the Pentecostal church to the Christians to the Baptists, Methodists, whatever, whoever, Catholics, every bit of it is the fuel to what's going on in the more impoverished forms of separation that we have, which, are the gangs, gangs and, mobs or, whatever kind of violent form of separation in income that, individuals may take, you know. So this is what's most important. This is why I call it the Black KKK. And many times I ran down this history lesson, man. History lesson number one for all my G's, man. All my G's in the streets, all the way from Cali to the concrete in Chicago to Arkansas to New York, the GA, man. We all brothers, man. We all brothers and sisters. We are the gods and goddesses of the planet. You know what I'm saying? We are the ascendants of the grand architects who were brought here. They weren't slaves. Our ancestors were enslaved. You know what I'm saying? They weren't slaves. They were enslaved. And before that, we were the great architects. And we were the grand architects. We were the true Masons. We were the true Masons. We didn't need a fucking name for it. Do you understand? In the greatest way, one of the greatest ways to understand this is just if you know Black history, man. We invented a million times more things, post-slavery, right after slavery, we invented more things in this country than we have in the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? The last 30 years, shit. You could say 40 probably. Black people invented the most shit post-slavery. Now what does this say about who we really were? If we could invent so much shit, the gas mask, the traffic light, so many things that Black people are responsible for, lawn sprinklers, the lawnmower, the telegraph, the first open heart surgery, all these things post-slavery, still under gunfire. Because there was a period in America where we weren't slaves anymore, but we weren't free. You know what I'm saying? This the word game that has always been played in America. And as I say, if you go back and you check out the 13th Amendment, you check out the Dred Scott decision, check out Black Wall Street. All these things let you know even if Black people do achieve what we are trying to achieve, that we may experience, or we may see some extreme jealousy out of others, because that's just in history. But just to know that is important, But my main thing here, and that's why I call it the Black KKK, the history lesson, because back in the